Hello. Good afternoon to all of you. I am Arvind again with you. Today I will teach you tea from Assam. This is the lesson from Glimpses of India. This is the third part of Glimpses of India. Okay. But before teaching you, I would like to tell you something. You might have heard the name of Thomas Hardy. He is a British novelist. He is from England and he has different philosophy of life. He is a famous novelist. He has written some famous novels like Taste, Jude the Obscure, The Woodlanders, The Mayor of Canterbury, The Return of Native. What is his philosophy of life? As we know, uh, everybody says works determines our fate or luck or destiny. But he has different philosophy. According to Thomas Hardy, character is fate or destiny. He believes in character. This is his philosophy of life. A person can a person should have good character and that is his fate or destiny. Okay. However, uh, he was a pessimist and this is his philosophy of life. Now let us come straight to the point. Today I will teach you tea from Assam. This is a very interesting story, or you can say this is a journey to Assam. Okay, and in this story there are two friends, Rajbir and Pranjal. Both are studying in Delhi, but Pranjal's native place is Assam, and Rajbir lives in Delhi. Pranjal invites him to come to Assam during summer vacation and Rajveer and Pranjal both started their journey from Delhi to Assam. Okay, before telling you anything, I would like to tell you in brief the whole story. Okay, it will help you to understand the lesson. After then, I will explain the story line by line. But before this, you listen the story briefly. Okay, Rajveer and Pranjal were traveling to Assam. A tea vendor called Chai Garam Chai. They took tea and sipped it. Rajveer told Pranjal that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world. Rajveer looked at the beautiful scenery outside. Pranjal kept reading his detective book. There was greenery outside. Tea bushes spread as far as the eye could see. They were in Assam, the tea country. Assam has the largest concentration of tea plantation in the world. Words like chai and chini are Chinese. Both of them dropped at Mariani Junction. They were driven to Dhekabari Tea Estate. On both sides of the road, there were acres and acres of tea bushes. Women with bamboo baskets were plucking the new leaves from them. Pranjal's father received them there. Okay, so I told you in brief the whole story. Now this is the time for all of us to go through the lesson. You turn the page. Okay, T from Assam. I'm just going to explain it line by line. Okay, as you know, this lesson is the third part of Glimpses of India. Glimpses means have a glance. Okay, Glimpses of India simply means the the beautiful places of India. In this story, as I told you earlier, there are two main characters. First one is Pranjal and another is Rajbir. Pranjal and Rajbir both are classmates and both of them were studying in Delhi. Pranjal's father was a tea gardens manager in Assam. It simply means that Pranjal is from Assam and Pranjal invites Rajveer to come to Assam during summer vacation. It was the month of May or June. Both of them started their journey to spend summer vacation in Assam. Okay, both of them sit in the train and the story starts. In the train, there was a tea vendor. He was he was shouting, Chagaram, Chagaram, and he he gave cups of chai, okay, to Pranjan and Rajbir. Both of them sipped chai or tea, and after then, in the whole compartment, we can see that everyone was taking tea. Pranjal, Rajbir says to Pranjal, do you know, in this world, 8 crore cups of tea are drunk. It simply means that chai is very popular. Okay, Pranjal says. And the train starts. Pranjal started to read detective books. Rajbir also likes detective books, but now this at this moment he did not read books. Instead of this, he started to see outside scenery and enjoyed. Okay, as you know, Rajbir was a city boy. You can say it. It's simply, he lives in Delhi, and he never saw such beautiful scenery, such beautiful greenery. Okay, and because it is never seen in Delhi. Okay, he sees soft paddy fields. Okay, and he also sees tea plantation. Okay, when the train started, he he saw doll-like figures. Okay, it simply means that tea plants were doll-like figures, and he was he he was seeing everything. He Rajveer. Okay, now turn the page. You should turn the page, and here I'm going to explain it. In the next page, uh, Rajveer sees very near there was an ugly building. Okay, and there was a chimney. It was releasing smoke. Okay, he thinks it may be a factory. After then, after seeing this, Rajbir excited, and he says everything to Pranjal. Look here, there is a tea garden. On the other hand, Pranjal was not excited. He says, what is the matter of surprise here? It is a tea country. You will get everywhere, and you are and in Assam you can see tea plantation, and for the whole life, if you want to see tea plantation, it will never end. You will spend your life duration, but you will never end. You will never finish to see tea plantation. The whole Assam is full of tea plantation. As we know, Pranjal was living in Assam, and he was brought up there, and everywhere there was tea plantation, and it was not a matter of excitement for Pranjal. Okay. Uh, After then, Rajbir says to Pranjal, Pranjal, do you know, before starting our journey, I researched on tea, and you should know, perhaps you do not know who discovered tea. Okay. For tea, we get a lot of legends. Legends simply means the stories of ancient period, whether it may be false, it may be real. Okay, and Rajvir says, I have researched it. After Pranjal says, if you have read it, tell me any legends. I want to listen. Okay, now Rajvir says the story. This is an old story. There was a Chinese emperor. He drinks boiled water. Okay, and what happens? Some leaves fell into the boiled water, and its color changes. The emperor drinks water, and it was very delicious flavor. Okay, and later on it was known as tea leaves. Okay, so this was the first time when tea was discovered. Pranjal says, okay, it's okay. Tell me another story you told. You know a lot of story about tea. Rajbir says another story. Second story is related with India. There was a Buddhist. His name was or Bodhidharma, and he wanted to sleep while meditation. But he did not like to sleep. He has to sleep. Okay, he felt dizziness. Okay, after then, what did he do? He cut his eyelids and threw. It simply he cut his eyelids, and after then there were 10 tea plants. It originates from eyelids. Okay, it definitely goes from eyelids. Okay, and these were tea plant and tea plant. After then, people started to pluck the tea plants and boil it and drink it. And as a result of it, they did not feel sleepy. They did not sleep. In this way, in India, it was discovered. After that, Rajveer says, according to me, in 2007 BC, China, it was drunk, and you should know the word Chinese, chai is from Chinese. Okay, so it simply means tea has its origin in China. After then, in sixth century, Europe, it became very popular in Europe. Okay, and but in Europe, it was drunk as medicine. They did no, listen, this is all about the story. Now listen. After then, train reached Mariana Junction, and Pranjal and Rajbir both took their luggage, and they get down from the train, and they are now in crowded platform. They came from crowded platform. Pranjal's father was there. He was waiting for them on the station. Rajbir and Pranjal and his family, all of them sit in in the car to go to Dhekabari. It is a tea garden, and and Dhekabari tea garden was managed by Pranjal's father. Okay. After 1 hour driving, they reached the main road. They reached the main road. They turned south, and there was a cattle bridge. Okay. And after then, there is Dhekabari station. Uh, but on the way, they are on the way. Okay, we can say that they were in the main road. They turned and towards the village way. The road was not smooth. It was full of gravel. It was full of ups and downs. Okay, and by the side of the road there were tea bushes, and there were it was a tea plantation, and it had stayed far away. Okay, and tea plants were of the same height. Okay, and there was a farm. Uh, there was a farm, and there were tea pluckers. They have their bamboo basket on their back, and they use apron, and they are plucking tea leaves, newly sprouted tea leaves. Okay, now turn the page. Okay, as I told you. Okay, so after then, Pranjal's father slowed down the car. There was a tractor, okay, and it was full of tea leaves, and they were waited because the road was very congested. Okay, after passing tractor, they started their journey. Okay, and Mr. Barwa, Rajveer says, Mr. Barwa, this is the second plus time. It simply means that's a sporting time. It is from May to July. Okay, uh, in this is in May to July we can get best quality of tea leaves. Okay, and the these are the best tea leaves. Mr. Barwa and Pranjal's father. Mr. Barwa was the name of Pranjal's father who was driving the car. Okay, and he says this is the good period, this is the best period of tea sprouting, tea leaves sprouting. And he said, you have done your homework very carefully because you know a lot of things about tea. This was the statement of Mr. Barwa for Rajveer. You have read a lot of things about this place. It's, it simply means that Pranjal's father was very happy. Pranjal's father was very happy because Rajveer knows everything about tea. Mr. Barwa, Rajveer says, I want to know everything when I want to know everything about you, when because I'm here, I want to know everything. In this way, the story ends, and you will be able to solve the question. Go through the lesson. This is easy lesson, and you will get the description of journey from Delhi to Assam about Pranjal and Rajveer. Thank you to all of you. Like it, subscribe it. Okay, thank you.